Hey, dope people. It's your girl Paisley. I'm the Mindset Makeover Maven and the Dope Life Movement Creator. And we are here with another episode of Sippin and Soul Speak. So if you are joining us live, you know what to do. Go ahead and drop that heart emoji down below. And if you are catching us on the replay, that's Pond the Replay, go ahead and drop that number 2 in the comments down below. Let us know what it is that you are sipping on, and let us know that you can actually hear us on this evening. So, another Wednesday night, you know how we do it. We come here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we talk about whatever it is that we're sipping on, and then we have some soul-stirring conversation. So we are super excited. Hello, Kelly. Welcome to be here on this evening with you. So please tell us what it is that you are sipping on. Come on in the room, and we're going to get ready for some soul-stirring conversation after we have a little chat about what it is that we're sipping on this evening. Of course, I have some water. So a bottle of water is always good. So, and it doesn't matter what you're sipping on. It can be anything from sparkling water to sparkling wine, everything in between and beyond. We just want to know what you're sipping on. So, some naturally alkaline water is one of the beverages that I am having on this evening. So, I am going to let you guys come on in the room and get situated and get settled in. Smart water plus clarity. What's that, Kelly? I don't know about smart water plus clarity. Is that something that you put in the water? Is that a type of smart water? Because I know they have a couple of different kinds. So let me know what that is. I'm always interested in what people are doing and what's out there. So let me know. Let me see, make sure that I can see everyone and their comments. It's a type of smart water. So I think I feel like I need to know a little bit more about that. What's in it that gives you clarity? Let's see. Can always count on Kelly to keep me challenged. Let's see. Green tea extract in, oh yeah, that will give you some clarity for sure. So smart water is getting even smarter and super fancy, I see. So again, guys, if you are joining us live, go ahead and drop your heart emojis down below. And if you are catching us on the replay, go ahead and drop your number 2 in the comment down below. So smart water is getting smarter and fancier and letting you get some clarity, which is what Kelly is sipping on this evening. So come on in, guys. You know how we do it. Hey, Natasha, welcome. Go ahead and drop your heart emojis down below if you are joining us live, and let us know what you're sipping on. And if you're catching us on the replay, go ahead and drop your number 2 in the comments down below. Stephanie said, I'm drinking some kind of Malbec that is good. She'll get up and look later and let us know. Stephanie, you've been really drinking wine. You're on a wine kick lately, so I love it. I was in Atlanta visiting with my son and my G baby, and I had to bring some bottles of wine to keep at the house there, so when I go, I don't have to go out and get some. So I understand. Amy, welcome. Tell us what you're sipping on. Natasha, what are you sipping on? Tell us. And you guys know we don't care what it is. It could be anything from sparkling water to sparkling wine, everything in between and beyond. We just want to know what you're sipping on. We want to share with you what we're sipping on. So right now I have some alkaline water and all that good stuff. You know, Hurricane Ida has decided to give us the remnants of her wrath here in the mid-Atlantic, I guess is what we're considered. I'm in the DMV on tonight and am at the Paisley's place right now because it has been raining like crazy all day. Probably about 3 o'clock in the morning, a very bad thunderstorm. I woke up to, it was lightning, thunder, rain, wind, really crazy, like big booms outside. And that is the remnants of Ida coming through this way. So it's been raining and windy and overcast and muggy because it was hot. It was just, it was weird weather today that we had. So we're inside. Right? We did not venture out to any random ass adventure because that would have been a real random ass adventure if I would have got out there in a storm, right? So that is not what I'm doing. Natasha said it is pouring in New York. Well, Natasha, I'm hoping that the weather, that you are safe. I'm hoping that everyone is safe. Anybody that has been impacted by the storm, I hope that everyone is keeping safe. I hope that your loved ones are well as well. So we're gonna oh, Kelly said it just started raining in New Hampshire. So you know, here it was, you know, I feel for those people who were further south that got really hammered by the storm, but here it's just been rain and rain and wind and, you know, some thunder and lightning. I can deal with that. So flash flood warnings and tornado warnings. So yes, happy belated birthday, Natasha. Natasha had a birthday, and Stephanie is drinking Long Dog Lane Malbec. Stephanie, where's that from? Is that a California Malbec? Is that an Argentinian Malbec? Because that's really where Malbecs are from. So tell me where that's from. Lost Dog Lane Malbec. So guys, if you are joining us live, make sure that you drop your heart emojis down below. And if you are catching us upon the replay, go ahead and drop your number 2 in the comments down below. Also, tell us what it is that you're sipping on because we want to know. Right now, I have some alkaline water, but I also have a margarita. You guys know I'm partial to margaritas. So in my I am the dopest glass, I am drinking a margarita right now. So, Natasha, you look like you've been having a ball for your birthday, and that's the way that you should do it. So make sure that you have all the fun. Keep celebrating as long as you want to. Hey, Jackie. Jackie says she's sipping on a little white wine tonight. What kind of white wine, Jackie? Tell us. Tell us about this white wine you're sipping on. Jackie over here venturing out. She's normally my tequila and Grand Marnier lady. So it's from California, which is usually don't like because it came in a wine club box and it's, oh, that's good. So Stephanie's wine club sent her this California Malbec and she said it's actually really good. So thank you for sharing. And she also has some alkaline water. So yes, guys, we are out here and yes, girl, live your best and dopest life, Natasha. Please spend your time doing all the dope things that you can and want to do, and just get out here and live your life. That's what it's all about, really, really, really. Hi, Taylor. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we have lots of people drinking water, and I got a white wine out there, and I'm having some alkaline water and a margarita. So I have my margarita. And I didn't make it from scratch, guys. Can you believe that? I did not. I did not squeeze any limes. I did not press any juice. I did not do that. I found this organic margarita mix and it is delightful. So put your tequila in there and have a great day. So I know somebody put the shock face, like the wow face. Yes, I'm surprised too, but it's good. And oh, a bottle of sweet sangria. There you go, Jackie. Good job. She got some sangria in the house. I love sangria. I haven't made sangria in a very long time though. So I used to make a white peach sangria with the white, and then I make a red sangria, which is pretty damn delicious as well. But I have a friend of mine. She makes probably the best sangria I've ever had anybody make for me. So she might pop on here a little later. And I'm sure we've talked about her sangria before. So we are here sipping and soul speak. Tell us what you're sipping on. Drop your heart emojis if you're joining us live. And if you are catching us on the replay, go ahead and drop your number 2 in the comments down below. This is what we do on Sippin' and Soul Speak. We talk about whatever it is that we're sipping on. And then what we do is we have some soul stirring conversation. I have not had champagne sangria. That sounds like something I should have because I love champagne and I do like sangria. So I might have to look into that. So, Sangria Chronicles. Yes, we do have Sangria Chronicles, but those stories have to go to the grave. Oh my goodness. So guys, if you're joining us live, heart emojis. Number 2s in the comments down below if you're joining us on the replay. Sippin' and Soul Speak. So many of you, if you've been following and watching, you know I did a challenge where I did a challenge to generate 10K in 10 days. And guess what, guys? I didn't quite make it. So, yeah, a lot of people were like, oh, that's really aggressive goal. But I decided that I just had to do it, right? Do it scared, try it. Nick Johnson said he is having a red 1924 limited edition black red wine blend. Yes, those are a lot of words, Nick, but welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you drop your heart emoji, and thanks for telling us what you're sipping on. He said, damn, this is good. I am glad that you are enjoying it. I hope you are in your home and that you're safe and everything is going well for you. So I was talking about the 10K in 10 days challenge that I did, right? So I listened to this audiobook, and in that challenge, the author said, you know, extended this 10K challenge. So it was to generate 10K in 10 days. That's, yeah, $10K, right, guys? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it, because if I stop to think about it, I will potentially overthink it, right? I would potentially not even try it, because I would get so discombobulated by just thinking about, oh my gosh, that's a lot to generate. And so, you know, they gave all these tips. I did the checklist, you know, come up with an offer. So I had, you know, I have a book, I have courses, I have coaching services that I provide. I have a vision board workshop that's coming up. I have all these things. I'm like, you know, ready, set, go. I'm just going to do it. And not that it wasn't terrifying, because it was kind of terrifying to say, hey, I'm going to jump out here and take this challenge. And I did it though. I did it anyway. Said, hey, you know, reach out to your people and try to get people to be your cheerleaders and supporters, and he gave all these things that you should do. And I did all of them. I did every last one of them. And I still missed the mark. And I'm not upset about it. I learned so much in that challenge. Just being able to realize that it's missing the mark is okay, but at least I shot my shot, right? So, we miss 100% of the shots that we don't take. And so if I didn't take the shot, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to miss. But I did have an increase of over 500% in my revenue over the prior 10 days. So I did 10 days over 10 days in my analysis to say, how well did I do? How far off the mark was I? And so on and so forth. So, in looking at that, I'm like, wow, that's great, right? It was great for me to be able to have that level of increase, because what it did was tell me, I just need to go back to the drawing board, tweak some things and try again. And so I did, and I have been at the drawing board and doing a lot of things. So, for me, one of the things that I did is I launched my ebook. So many of you know I wrote a book. It's called I Am the Dopest, 55 Affirmations for Living Your Dope Life. And I didn't have an ebook version of the book, but now I do. And so there's a digital version. It is currently available on Amazon. So if you go to Amazon, you can purchase it there. You can also get the book there. You can also get my book on dopeonpurpose.com. But if you want the digital version, you can go to amazon.com and you can purchase it there. But I have, and right now it is on a pre-order offering, and it's half price, right? So it is $4.99 if you do the pre-order offering. So I'll have the pre-order in through the rest of the month of September. So welcome to September. For the month of September, it will be $4.99, and then it will go up from there. So if you don't have the book because, hey, I'm not really into carrying a book around with me, you can get the digital version, the Kindle version. You can download the Kindle app and get that. So I did that, right? So I launched the book. My new website is actually getting ready to be released. Cross our fingers. It is coming very, very soon. So make sure that you sign up at dopeonpurpose.com, DOP-on-purpose.com, and that's where all that stuff is. But guys, so I've been making all of these strides and all of these efforts, and it wasn't like, oh my gosh, it was a lot going on or a lot to do and things like that. But I did it. I went for it. And even though I didn't hit the actual goal that I set out to hit in the very beginning, I did have to celebrate the wins. So the other win is that I have completely recorded the audio version of my book. And so we're in the process of getting that ready to be available on Audible. I say all of this to say, not that I'm out here like, oh, this is the whole sales pitch. I'm saying all of this to say that I really got a fire lit under myself by investing in me. So some of you may know that I do, I think it's really important to invest in yourself. But part of that for me is I listen to audiobooks, especially if I have a trip or a drive, or if I have a lot of other little busy work things that I need to do. I can play an audiobook in the house and get some other work done. And so that's what I did. And I like to listen to things that are going to help me to enrich my life. help me to improve myself. So I do a lot of that because if I'm sitting there, I love having a book in my hand. Even if I buy the audio version of a book, I still buy the actual um, physical book because it's just something about turning the pages of a book, something about being able to go through and highlight and be able to return to those things. So for me, that's how it works. But I know that so many people are now turning to, hey, if you're traveling a lot, you don't want to carry around a physical book, you want to have something digital where you can go through on your phone and things like that. And so for me, the audio version happened when, or the audio, me listening to audiobooks, I should say. Me listening to audiobooks actually happened when I had a lot of time in the car and realized, hey, you know what? This is going to be a perfect time for me to get some self-improvement in. So I started listening to audiobooks. And so I was listening to that audiobook and a lot of the time sometimes you listen to things or you hear things or whatever and you're like, oh, that doesn't work, or it's, whatever, that's just crazy talk. I find that if it's something that could potentially work, then I should try it. And a lot of the times we think that we should be successful right out of the gate. It should, if it doesn't happen the first time, then we're done. And I would say, what? That just sounds crazy, because even as, so my G baby is walking now, but she didn't just get up and walk, right? She started crawling. She started, balancing. She started doing the things, taking that one little step and holding on to your hand while she was taking a step until she actually felt comfortable and was able to actually, hey, let me get these steps in. And she's still toddling around. And guess what? She's still falling down. But as adult, when she becomes 3 and 4 years old, she will fall down less, right? So it's the same thing in life. The things that that terrify us, that could be great for us, but we just don't know what that's going to be like. We have to let go and try it sometimes, right? And I always say that if you try it, at least you can say, I tried it and I don't like it, or I tried it and it didn't work. But I'll say too that if you try something and it doesn't work, that old adage of try again. If at first you don't succeed, but don't keep trying it the same way. Go back and see, hey, what didn't work? Hey, what does work? Have you ever had that experience where you tried something one way and you realized, you know what, that really didn't work out that well? So did you just give up on it forever? Or did you say, hey, maybe I should tweak this, or maybe I should adjust that and go back to the drawing board? So for me, it was a great experience and a learning opportunity for me to say, hey, these things worked well. These things did not. These people who are definitely on my team. I had one person, so I'm big on having accountability partners in things that I do. So I had an accountability partner who legit every single day messaged me and was like, hey, we're on the road to 10K in 10 days, you got this, so on and so forth. Was really like a cheerleader with their pom-poms out and everything. It was just really encouraging me every single day for 10 days. And you would think 10 days isn't a very long time, right? And when you're thinking, oh, generating 10K in 10 days isn't a very long time. So it wouldn't be a very long time for someone to spend a moment of their time to encourage you on your road to that journey. But I had a number of people who said, yes, I'm down, I'm with it, I'm going to help you, I'm going to encourage you, I'm going to hold you accountable for making this 10K in 10 days. But then it was crickets. Like, I heard nothing from some people who committed, which is fine. You know what? That wasn't their thing. That wasn't what they really wanted to do. That was, maybe it wasn't the time that they felt like they could do it, or maybe they didn't believe in it. I don't know. And guess what? I'm not holding them accountable for not doing what they agreed to do. What I'm doing is holding me accountable and taking the time to learn, hey, I have a group of people who these are the people who were supporting. These are the people who were doing it. These are people who were there. And I'm so appreciative of that. So I took the time to reflect and be appreciative. I took the time to think about, like, what's the next steps? What am I going to do? How am I going to challenge myself even more? And how can I get to accomplishing that goal? It's scary to put something out there and say, hey, I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to do this, right? And then to actually fail. So I failed. I'm still alive. Nobody died in the process. And I actually generated more revenue and more interest in what I'm doing, right? I actually even created, so I got the newest hoodie. Let me grab it. So the newest hoodie came, and it says, respect my dopeness, which is one of the affirmations. So I'm in love with this hoodie, and it's about to be hoodie season. So I love a good fall weather gear. So I did a number of things, and thank you, Stephanie, for that, saying that's huge. Malik, welcome to Sippin and Soul Speak. Go ahead and drop your heart emoji down below if you are joining us live. And if you're catching us on the replay, go ahead and drop your number 2 in the comments down below. We want to know what you're sipping on. So tonight I have some alkaline water and a margarita. So, Jackie, you are absolutely right. Nothing beats a failure but a try. You have to try, and you have to do it scared. And the biggest thing is, hey, Elliot, welcome. Tell us what you're sipping on. We don't care what it is, guys. It could be anything from sparkling water to sparkling wine, everything in between and beyond. We just love that you are here with us. And thank you for joining, Malik. So yes, Jackie, most of us would not even try, but I'm going to tell you, do it scared. I'm the mindset makeover maven, right? I help people to make over their mindsets. That's what I do, and help you to move from mediocre to marvelous. But sometimes you have to just 1, 2, 3, go, right? If you're not on ready, set, go, then you're not going to move forward. There won't be any forward progress if you don't at least take the steps. And sometimes we are doing it with fear and trembling. Sometimes we are doing it scared. Sometimes we are terrified of whatever it is that is going to bring us that joy, bring us that success in our life. But if we don't try, we won't ever know what our potential is. And a lot of times people talk about potential. You have the potential to do this and you have the potential to do that thing. However, it's just sitting here until you activate it. And so you have to activate your potential, and that requires some action. That actually requires you to do something, for you to make a move, for you to ask that person on that date, for you to try to start that business, for you to get behind the keyboard and start typing the words of the book. There's a lot of things that you need to just let go of so that you can embrace the what could be, right? A lot of times we are afraid. We're afraid of failure. We're afraid of rejection. We're afraid of success sometimes. right? Because we don't know what that looks like. What does that look like? How's it going to feel? What's going to be? But I encourage people to listen, sit down and write it out. What does it look like? That's what, like, I do these vision board workshops. And that's really what the vision board workshop is about. It's always you taking the time to envision what your dope life should be, right? So when you're your dopest self, when you're living your dopest life, what does that look like? How does that feel? That's what a vision board is about. A lot of people think it's just cutting and pasting and putting stuff on a board and it's some foolishness. It's not, because if you can see it in your mind, you can actually achieve it. There is nothing out here that prevents us from being our dopest selves or living our dopest lives except us. We're probably our biggest hindrance, because there's a lot of sayings. Oh, where there's a will, there's a way. If at first you don't succeed, try again. There's a lot of things, but you just have to get out there and do it, unless you want to just be mediocre. And I don't think anybody really wants to just be mediocre. We want to live our best lives. We want to do all the things. Jackie says she will always try first. So Jackie has been in my vision board workshop before, and I've done some work with her. And Jackie called me today and said, I just wanted to let you know that now I can add the letters CA behind my name. And so I said, CA? And I said, oh. So she's been working so diligently on becoming a certified aromatherapist, which I 100% believe in. If you guys have been following any of the stuff that I do or listening to any of my Sippin and Soul Speak shows, aromatherapy can help with a lot of different things. It helps with pain, it's relaxation, energy, and things like that. But she is a certified aromatherapist, right? So she has done all the work to help shorten other people's learning curve, to help them get to where they are enjoying a holistic life and maximizing their wellness. So I was so excited for her. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Like it was really exciting to see that she accomplished a goal that she set for herself. And Jackie is in her second retirement and getting ready to turn 60 years old in another week, right? Come on, guys. We all have, like, that is, if that's not inspiring, I don't know what is. But it's what she wanted to do. She said, I graduated today. So everybody, come on, let's give it up for Jackie. Give her some claps in the comments. Encourage her, because at almost 60 years old, she decided to do something else after being retired from 2 careers. Not one career. She retired from 2 careers, and now she decided that this is what she wants to do to help people, and for herself. She wanted to learn her craft. She didn't just jump out and say, I'm an aromatherapist. There were steps to it, and she had to get there. And so I'm super excited for her, but for each and every other person that has something that they've always wanted to do, that they're like, oh my gosh, I really would like to do X. I think Stephanie has been working on a business. I know that a lot of you have something in you that you would love to do, that you want to do, that is just kind of bubbling up inside of you, that you're like, but I got X, Y, and Z, A, B, and C. I have been getting randomly calls from prior clients, friends, and people who are just like, oh yeah, so I wanted to tell you that my storefront is going to be opening soon. And I'm like, wow, like seriously, a lot of things that have been just in the past since I ended the challenge, right? And so, um, people who are birthing new businesses, people who have said, "Hey, I'm doing X," and that's exciting for me because sometimes you just have to do it. You have to do it scared. You have to just jump out there and try it. But don't walk away when it doesn't work out the way you thought it should the very first time. Because sometimes, even on our vision boards, we go back and revamp those things. You don't create one vision board and that's your vision forever. You should recreate your vision board every 4 to 6 months, because as you achieve those goals that you have on your vision board, then you're going to create new ones. You might make some adjustments in the goal, right? And so for me to see all of these people that I have worked with coming back to me, I have one of the people who was in my mastermind before. Every time I turn around, she's a real estate agent, was brand new into real estate. Every time I turn around, she is posting clear to close, clear to close, clear to close. She is wearing this real estate market out as a brand new real estate agent. I am super excited because she said, I never really wanted to be in business for myself. I never really thought that like this is what I would do. But she, not only is she doing the damn thing, she is loving it. And so she's so busy that I don't get a lot of time with her. I'm seeing the updates with everybody else. Like, she is out here selling these houses, putting houses under contract, helping people buy their first homes and things like that. So it is super, super exciting. And I am here for all of it, every last part of it, because there is a momentum that is happening. And if like I know, people call it jumping on the bandwagon, getting on the gravy train. You want to be close to the fire, right? You want to be close to the fire so that you can have the potential to catch on fire, and not in a literal bursting into flames, but when you surround yourself with people who are successful and who are creating success and things like that, you want to be close to that fire. So make sure that you catch on get on that momentum, right? So because when that pendulum starts swinging, it's easier to jump on when it's slow. When it's going fast, that's when everybody wants to get on. Oh, it's going real fast. That's great. Let's jump on. Jump on when you see that momentum start to go, right? That you see that pendulum is going back and forth. Jump on then, because that is because people just don't have any idea about how the energy works. I think I see April in the house, and we were talking about your sangria, if that is April. So make sure you drop your heart emoji and tell us what you're sipping on. But yeah, when you get on, that pendulum is going, when you can actually jump on, right? You get on there and you just start going, because the energy of others who are like-minded, the others who are doing the same or similar things, right? When you start surrounding yourself with people who are successful, you have a greater potential to be successful, because guess what? Successful people are talking about. They're talking about their success. They're talking about how they did. They're talking about how they can do it better. They're getting input and feedback and advice and so on and so forth. So jump on it, right? You want to keep close to that fire of those things that are going on, and not like, not that clout chasing kind of stuff. I'm talking about, when it's genuine. I'm talking about when it's real. I'm not talking about people who are trying to get on, right? Because, you made it, or you're in a certain place. I'm talking about that genuine, like, I'm happy for you. I want to see you do better. Old fashioned. Okay, April said I'm hooked. I am having a margarita, and I also, of course, have some alkaline water. And we were talking about your sangria because Jackie is drinking sangria, and she said we have Sangria Chronicles, which I said we have to take to the grave. So, but what we're also talking about is, how I failed, right? How I didn't meet the goal of getting to the 10K in 10 days. But I'm not discouraged by that. I was actually enlightened by it. I did so many different things that are going to take me to the next step and the next step and the next step of my business. And so I am just here for everything that is going great in everybody else's lives. We're celebrating because Jackie is now a certified aromatherapist after several months of studying and papers and homework and all of these things that she did to get her certification. She graduated today, and she is a certified aromatherapist. And so I have worked with Jackie, and she has been in my vision board workshops before. And so we're just talking about like that momentum of great things that happen, and the energy that surrounds that when you are really getting that momentum and moving forward and all of those things. So I am super excited about the fact that there was some failure, right? So I can consider it failure, but at the end of the day, it really just made me reset, recharge, and get after it again. So lots of new things that are coming up. I am super excited about the launch of the new website and all of those things. So I want to know what you guys have coming up next. What is it that has been kind of gnawing at you or burning down inside of you that you feel like, hey, I really want to do this. I really want to try that next thing. And you might even be like I was, kind of like, I'm not really sure, but I really want to do it. Tell me what it is. Type in the comments. Tell me what that thing is that potentially terrifies you, but you're like, yeah, I really want to do this. It could be a goal like, making 10K in 10 days. It could be that next promotion on your job. It could be, it could be getting that next degree. Tell me what it is. Type in the chat because I want to know what kinds of things my people got going on out there. What's burning in your heart that makes you think about it? That thing that makes you sit up at night and go, ooh, like I would love to do this. I would love, you want to write a book. You want to start a podcast. Tell me what it is. I want to know the different things that you guys have in your heart. Share it with us because it is, I find that when you can get some people behind you and encouraging you, it makes such a difference for that momentum, right? So I want to encourage each and every person who has a goal, who hasn't jumped out the window yet on it. And okay, Stephanie says, I want to buy a house in Guadalajara. I'm not afraid. I just have to find a way to get the funds. And Stephanie, I think that you have a lot of opportunity for that. You know that area so well, and you seem to be very passionate about Guadalajara, Mexico. And so I am encouraging you, brainstorm, think about what it is that you need to do. What are the steps to purchasing that house? create that vision board. I do have that workshop coming up on the 11th where you can, envision it and the things will come. When we hold on to things so tight, we can't get anything into our palms, right? So if our fists are balled up, we cannot get, nothing can get in here. So we need to kind of be open, right? Open to letting those things in, to receiving those new things, those great things, because it's coming. I'm telling you, I feel the momentum around me and the people that are around me. I can't even, I've gotten quite a few messages and calls from people who have had just great things happening in their lives. And so when that energy goes, you want to, like that tumbleweed and how it keeps growing and growing because it's rolling and rolling and rolling. That's where we want to be. That's what we want to do. So she said, I need a loan for a foreign house. I qualify to domestic, but okay. So Stephanie, I don't know. I was going to say a lot about it. I don't know anything about that. But what I do know is that once we put our minds to it and start to think through some things, things will come to us. And so, I suggest in situations like this is kind of when if you've done the research to know what you need to do to buy a home on a land where you're not a citizen, then knowing is half the battle. And then you can start to brainstorm on the ways that you can get to that particular goal. So, yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. You talk to somebody who knows something. Talk to somebody who knows more than you. That's, and we need to do that as well, guys. If we're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. I want to be in a room where other people, I'm inspired by others, where I am learning from others and things like that. I want to be close to that fire. I want to be close to that energy and things like that. So make sure that, get some people in your corner. That's awesome, Stephanie. I love that. I think I see Soulful Deuce out there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tell us what you're sipping on. I have a margarita in my I Am the Dopest glass and a bottle of alkaline water. So tell us what you're sipping on and make sure you drop your heart emojis down below if you're joining us live. If you're catching us upon the replay, make sure that you drop the number 2 in the comments down below. So, and this margarita was not made with fresh squeezed limes like I usually do. This is actually a mix, an organic mix, and it's actually not bad at all. So Soulful Deuce said he is having H2O on tonight. So a lot of people are drinking some H2O on tonight. It seems to be, Tropical Storm Ida, prior Hurricane Ida has dropped a lot of H2O on us, and so we are taking it in as well. So, yeah, we're talking about your goals, like what kind of thing, what they call them BHAGs, right? Those big, hairy, audacious goals. What big, hairy, audacious goal do you have that you want to achieve that has just been kind of like, ooh, I need to get there. I don't know how to get there. I'm afraid to get there. Drop it in the comments down below. We have, and Stephanie, I think what you're doing amazing. You have a realtor who knows everything about that. Then that person can be that catalyst, right? To say, well, you're going to need X, Y, and Z. Maybe they're just giving you the facts. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. You have to do this, 1, 2, 3. And then you can start to say, just envision what that house looks like. Envision where exactly in Guadalajara that house is. Envision kind of how you feel when you walk in that space. And I'm telling you, you will start to figure some things out. Things will come to you that you didn't think before. And so there's a lot of different things that you can do, because really a lot of it is about making over your mindset so that you can move from mediocre to marvelous. And so I am going to be creating a special treat. So if you are not on our mailing list on Dope on Purpose, that's doponpurpose.com, make sure that you sign up, because once that becomes available, I will be launching it out to everyone who's on that list, because, and for free, guys, because this is what I believe in. I believe that our success, we are part of each other's success. I guess I should say it that way. We are definitely a part of each other's success, or at least we should be. And I want to help people to make over their mindset so that they can be successful in whatever area that is. That could be in work, that could be in life, that could be in love, whatever that is. Now, I'm not a relationship coach by any stretch of anybody's imagination, but I do think that you can manifest the things that you want in your life if you put your mind to it. And so sometimes we just have to recreate our mindset and decide, this is what I want and this is what I'm going to do, and then we create a plan to get there. So while I did not hit the goal of the 10K in 10 days, I learned a lot about the people around me. I learned a lot about myself. And I am back to the drawing board, coming up with some new great things. And I'm excited about it. Like I said, my hoodie, put some respect on it. Respect my dopeness. This is my new hoodie that's out. So a lot of things happened in this time frame. While I was failing, I was being successful at the same time. So I am grateful for the experience and the opportunity, because I have another chance to just try it again, do something different, revamp it, and get back out there and keep going. Even to the point where I put an ad out for a personal assistant so that I can focus on doing some of the other things that I need to do, instead of spending hours doing some of the things that I really probably should allow someone else to do. And some of us have control tendencies, right? Where we need to be in charge of the things that we're doing that are going on in our life. Sometimes we need some help. We can't scale our businesses. We can't live our lives by doing everything ourselves. If that means you need to hire someone to clean once a week, if that means that you need to order a meal prep service, whatever that looks like, right? So even some of those meal services, like the box meal services, like I know I've tried HelloFresh, but I think there's one called Blue Apron and things like that, where you don't have to think about the food. If you're not one of those people who enjoys thinking about what to cook and shopping for it, they can ship these prepackaged fresh ingredients with a recipe to your house, and all you got to do is open it up and follow directions and cook it. So but that is saving a lot of people who don't enjoy cooking. Some people, I have a friend of mine who said when her kids were young, the thing that she hated the most, the question she hated the most, was what's for dinner. She hated it. It was the worst question for her because she didn't enjoy cooking. It wasn't, it wasn't something that gave her any level of joy. So take out some of those things that don't bring you joy and find some other alternatives to it so that you can do the things that do bring you joy and can help you to generate more income for yourself. So there's a lot of things, guys, that you can do, but when you see the momentum, you want to be in that group of people who are making that forward progress. You don't want to be in the group of people who are sitting back talking about the people who are making forward progress. You want to be in the know, in the space, doing the things. And so you want to, that's where we want to be. So if you have joined us live on Sippin and Soul Speak, make sure that you drop that heart emoji down below. And if you are catching us on the replay, make sure that you drop the number 2 in the comments down below. And tell us what you're sipping on. We love to know anything from sparkling water to sparkling wine, everything in between and beyond. We don't discriminate. We love that you are here, because guess what? You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And I appreciate it. And I'm hoping that everyone is staying safe. If you have not thought about what is that big, hairy, audacious goal, maybe it's to get married. Maybe it's to start a business. Maybe it's to write a book. Whatever it is, if you haven't done it yet, do it. Do it scared. Do it even though you're afraid, even though you don't have the money, even though you don't do the things, because there's other steps that you can take to get there, right? You don't have the money now. Put the things in place so that you can get there, and take the trip, write the book, do whatever it is that is on that list. What is that big, scary goal that you have that you're like, hey, you haven't even tried it? So Jackie said nothing beats failure but a try earlier on. And that's so true. And don't be afraid to ask. Ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for what you need. The worst thing that can happen when you're looking for a yes is that someone's going to say no. And guess what? You're still at the same point that you were prior to asking. So it's okay, they said no. I'm still at the same position that I was before. We might have a little bruised ego. We might have some little hurt feelings and things like that. But for the most part, it's probably not going to be worse than it was before. So do the things, guys. Stephanie, I am looking forward to the day when you say, hey, I have closed on my home in Guadalajara, and please come out and pop a bottle of champagne with me. I'm so excited for that. Jackie, I'm so excited for what you are going to do in your business, because I know the benefits of aromatherapy, and I'm so excited for the contribution that you're making to the community and the world and the people around you, in helping them to find holistic ways of dealing with life. So I'm super excited. Again, guys, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I love it. And so please make sure that you think about those big, hairy, audacious goals that you have, that you're afraid to even type in the chat, right? Because when you put it out there, it becomes real. So, over time, I'm looking forward to, working with some of you in helping you to achieve those goals, setting those plans, creating those priorities, and just moving your mindset from mediocre to marvelous, because that's what we are. We're great people, and we want people to respect our dopeness. Mitter has a new website? Oh, I'll have to go check that out. I think I just looked at it the other day, though, Stephanie, so I'll hit you later and make sure that I'm looking at the same link, because I think I just saw it. So yeah, guys, we are some really dope people and doing some really dope things, And I really want to encourage you to keep pushing, keep pressing, keep moving, and making that forward progress for yourself in your life. And catch the momentum while you can. And we want you to make sure, guys, if you're not on the Dope on Purpose, DOP on Purpose is the website.com, dopeonpurpose.com, doponpurpose.com. Go there and sign up, because I am eventually going to be giving away a masterclass, and there's going to be some other free tidbits that are coming out for you, and then you can keep up to date on the other things that are going on. So stay close to the fire, fan the flames, and be dope because you are. Dope on purpose. Good night.